Alright, what's going on YouTube? How's everybody doing today? If you're from New York, it's a very cold Tuesday night. But yeah, week 16. Very interesting. Very interesting. Definitely did not go how I envisioned. If you guys watched my last video, definitely did not go how I thought. Just look at this. I did not expect to be looking at this right now. Just on the AFC side. NFC, other than like two things, it pretty much went according to plan. But the AFC, let's tackle the NFC first because it's easier to break down. Let's go over the NFC first. Green Bay took care of business. I thought the game was going to be a lot closer with the Titans, but then as they showed on Sunday night, there was a blizzard. I kind of already picked Green Bay because Tennessee, I don't think they're used to weather like that. I don't know. It looked really bad in Green Bay, and then the game was really ugly, really fast. Saints, I knew the Saints would beat the Vikings. I did not see 6 touchdowns from Kamara. So, congrats if you had him in fantasy for the championship. Seattle took care of business against the Rams. Washington lost to Dallas? No, Carolina. I thought it was going to be the other way around since Washington had a lot to play for. But as we already seen with Dwayne Haskins, he's now released. He played like crap. I don't know what happened to McLaurin. I think he's hurt now. And if he's hurt, and you don't even know if Alex Smith is starting, I think they lose on Sunday. They're going to lose this week. So, if they lose this week, I think it's the Giants or Dallas that gets them. Which is crazy because I did not see Dallas winning this game. I did not see a 100-yard game from Zeke. This entire stat line here, I did not see happening. Right? I thought Jalen Hurts would take over. And this would be Miles Sanders, and this would be anybody. But I did not see this happening. Like, where was this the rest of the season for Zeke? I needed this. For fantasy. But I still needed this. But Dallas, they look decent the last few weeks, so they can very easily take the division. It's a 3-team race basically. Washington, right? I think Washington plays the Eagles. Let's look at week 17, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. Washington plays Philly, yep, and then it's Dallas versus the Giants, yeah. So Daniel Jones looked semi-decent last week. Right, he was able to run. He was able to throw out of the run, so he looked decent. Dallas, probably out of the 4 teams that played, they looked the best. The Eagles, they looked terrible. The Redskins looked terrible, and now we don't even know who's starting at quarterback. Apparently, it's Heineken. Right? I don't even know who that is. And then some dude off the practice squad as the 3rd string because they got rid of Haskins, who was just terrible. So right now it's surprising to say the Dallas Cowboys look like the favorites to take the division at this point. You don't have McLaurin, right? I think he's hurt. We don't even know who's starting at quarterback. The Giants, they just haven't looked good the last few weeks. Daniel Jones is probably, maybe 80% healthy if anything. Like I said, he looked pretty decent, at least throwing on the run. Should be confident going into Sunday. So I think the winner of this, where is it? Dallas and New York. I think the winner of this gets in because I think the Eagles should beat the Washington football team. I hope I'm right because I've been pretty wrong the last few weeks. I've been very wrong. The Bucks, as I said, right, they're going to get back on track. Well, not back on track. They're going to get on track, right? And look, the offense, yeah, sure, they've played 2 terrible teams, but they look way better. They look more confident. like looks like everybody's buying into the system. You know, with the additions of Antonio Brown, Gronk, and Brady, looks like they're all buying in now. Everybody's happy, so they look good. Sure, it was the Lions who were missing like all of their coaches. I don't even know if they had a coach. They lost Stafford, so. But confidence. It's a confidence booster. Like, it starts there. As I expected, they'd be the 5th seed because the Rams did lose, bumping them down and leaving the Seahawks there at the 3 seed. The Bears. I don't. Where did this come from? Hold on. Because they scored like 1 million points. Where is the Bears? Bears. Yeah, 41 points. Like, where was this? Look, 27, 17, 30. I think that was what? Nick Foles? Then against the Falcons. Who cares? 19, 20, 23, 24. No. 10, 23, 17, 13. Right? 20, 13, 25. Now, the last 4 weeks, 30, 36, 33, 41. Where was this the whole season? Sure, 25-30 is like 5 points, but that's another touchdown. Right? That's huge. Then 13, 17, 23, 10, 16, 20, 11. Now, just out of nowhere, you put Trubisky back in, and then 30, 36, 33, 41. Where was that the whole season? Right? So they won 3 in a row, so they were 5-7. I had them dead. And then they win 3 in a row, and now they're 8-7. And they played Green Bay. Green Bay pretty much locked the 1st seed. So they can rest the starters. Right? They got that 1st seed locked up because there's nothing the Saints can do. The Packers beat them. And... Right? Is it locked? I don't know. Oh, they don't have... Oh, it's not locked. Okay. Because I'm looking... Okay, so that's simple. So it's not locked. I lied. It's not locked. I was wondering. I see a Z, something that can't be locked in yet. Okay. So yeah, they had the Packers have something to play for. But momentum-wise, football's a game of momentum. Like, sure, everybody can beat anybody. So you never know. Like, this is in Chicago as well. If they put up 33, because the Packers' defense is a little questionable. Oh, don't be surprised if there's an upset there. Because the Seahawks play the 49ers, and that's not an easy win. That division, they just beat up on each other, the NFC West. So, at the same time, you never know with the Seahawks. They could lose. So, let's see. Who's playing at what time? That's at 4:25. And they're all playing Sunday. Okay, so that's good. Where's Green Bay? Chicago. Oh, okay, so they're playing at the same time. There's a lot of 4 o'clock games. Oh, man. Tampa and Atlanta. Dallas, New York, New England. Minnesota, Detroit. Who cares? Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Cleveland is playing for the playoffs. Like, everybody, for the playoffs. Nothing. Division. Seeding and playoffs. Nothing. Playoffs. Nothing. Playoffs. Well, seeding purposes. Playoffs. There's a lot of, there's maybe like 4 games that have no meaning. So yeah, like the Cardinals choking it up against the 49ers, which I didn't see coming. Right? The Cardinals offense just could not move the ball. So the 49ers defense looked like the Niners defense from last year. And I didn't see the Bears winning. Before I say that. Why can't I? Okay, Jackson. No. I did have them winning. I didn't have the Cardinals losing. That's right. So I had them having the same record, and I had the Bears losing on Sunday to the Packers, because I didn't see their offense still exploding for another 30-point game, and I didn't see the Cardinals collapsing against the 49ers. 49ers slowly getting healthy. But at the same time, I did say earlier, like in an earlier video, the Cardinals over succeeded. That's not the proper word. I just can't think of the word at the moment. They should not be as good as they are right now, in my opinion. Like 8-7, fine, right? Like I had them 8-8 at least at the season, but not fighting, playing into the playoffs. I don't think they're there just yet. I think it's like a year too early or so, missing a few pieces, at least on defense. Maybe a tight end. I don't know if you, as good as Fitzgerald has always been, I don't know if you want him to be your number 2. Running game is pretty decent, but I think with as how good Murray and Hopkins has been, I still thought it was too early for them to be as good as they are. I thought they were at least 1 year away from 9-6, 10-5. I thought they were like 1 year away. So I don't even know if Murray's playing, but the loss to the 49ers should have been like a wake-up call for Murray. It's like, don't get too high on yourself. You're not there yet. I thought I'd get the Hail Mary against the Bills. They got too high on themselves, and it's just like the last 3 games, right? The last 3? Where's the Cardinals? Like, they just got too high on themselves. See, like the miracle against the Bills, and then they lost 3 in a row. Then they won 2 against bad teams. Then they lost, right? I think here they got too high on themselves, and it showed. Like, they lost to the Patriots, who are not good. They lost to the Rams by 10. So, like a win like this, too much hype, too much momentum. Because like it was looking really good. Then a 3-point loss to the Dolphins, who could play. Then a Hail Mary against the Bills. They still had the momentum from all these games, and then the 3-game losing streak. Then they settled, and then they won, and then smack back to reality. I just don't think they're there just yet. They need another season, another few key pieces to develop, and then they're there. They're set for the future, though. I think they'll be fine. So even if they don't make the playoffs, there's people already saying, "Oh, Murray's a bust," and it's just like, yo, let's relax. It's year 2. Look at Allen and the Bills, right? It took 3 years, and look where they're at. 3 years. This is Murray's second season. Let's relax. It takes a while for people to develop. That's pretty much it. So the way it should be, this should all be the same. Minus Washington, obviously, right? Like I said, Dallas would be in there. So it's going to be these 3, Dallas, Tampa. But here's the thing. If the Rams lose to the Cardinals, do they get in? Right, division, it would be 2-4 and 3-3. Yeah. So Arizona would be above the Rams. Okay, so it should be Tampa, Bears, Cardinals, and then Rams would be out. I say that because Jared Goff might not play, and if he does, he's gonna have a splint on his hand. That's mad uncomfortable. And I think I don't know if I heard that right. I heard Cooper Kupp is under the COVID protocol now, so he might not even be able to play. It also depends if Murray's playing. If Murray's not playing, I mean, we already know DeAndre Hopkins can play with any quarterback. It was proven in Houston before Deshaun Watson got there. He can play with any quarterback. But I think the Rams defense is good enough to just shut out the Cardinals if they don't have Murray. With the Rams not having Kupp and Jared Goff. So, like, it depends, who's playing what. So I think we got to wait and see for that. For me, I would like to see the Cardinals there because I love Hopkins and Fitzgerald. 2 of my favorite receivers still in the game, just happen to be on the same team now. That's what I would like to see. But we got to wait and see for now. See who's playing, who's injured, who's healthy, COVID, stuff like that. We got to wait. So, yeah. That's how I have it happening. Washington loses to the Eagles. So all that drama going on around over there. Dallas beats the Cowboys. They just look better than the Giants at this point. And the Cowboys are more talented on paper. Bucks take care of business. I don't even know who they're playing, but they should be able to win. Have all that offense figured out. Tampa against the Falcons, yeah. I mean, sure, it was rough the first time in the first half, but I think the Bucks take care of business more comfortably this time around. Cardinals beat the Rams. Bears. See, look, this is tough with the Bears and Packers. This is tough. We already know Green Bay is obviously the better team, better offense, but the Bears' offense have been like I don't know. I can't say. I'm gonna say the Cardinals get in. I'm gonna say that. I can't say that confidently. That's the biggest question mark because that's huge. Those two matchups, Packers, Bears, Rams, Cardinals. That's huge. Let me know in the comment section below. What you think. What you think is gonna happen. You let me know, because I don't know. Let's just move to the AFC. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5-way tie for 1, 2, 3, 3.5 spots, because you can't count the fourth spot because that's between two teams. So there's 5 teams fighting for 3 to 4 spots. I don't even know what the hell's gonna happen. Chiefs barely took care of business, right? Everybody's saying Mahomes MVP, Chiefs too good, unbeatable, can't stop their offense. The last few weeks, man, I don't know. I mean, they're playing the Chargers. I don't know. I think Herbert's gonna go off. The Chiefs are gonna rest their players, right? They have to just rest their players. They got nothing to play for. Starters may play for a quarter for the Chiefs, right? We'll see. I think the Chargers win this game just because the Chiefs got nothing to play for. But let's take a look at their offense. See, 17. 32 is fine, but 3-point game, 1 possession game, 1 possession game, 1 possession game, 1 possession, 1 possession, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was a blowout early, but then they just couldn't score, and their defense almost gave up the game. They got lucky, in my opinion, here. They got lucky here. We already know sports is about luck. Sometimes you got to get lucky. It's not. So, but 6 weeks in a row. 22. It's not a lot of points. 17, definitely not a lot. Offense has been a little shaky. 27. Tyreek Hill had 100 fantasy points in the first half, and then they just couldn't score at all. So, you got 22 against the Broncos. And then you almost let Tua beat you. That's 1 possession. Tua. His only good game of the year is against you guys. Imagine what Josh Allen's going to do. In better weather, because when you played the Bills, it was shitty weather. And he's way more in sync with that offense now. So they're looking shaky going into the playoffs. So it's what are you prioritizing? Rest or momentum? I don't know. Bills, we don't got to talk about that. They annihilated my team, which was expected. Patriots got half their starters on defense missing. We don't even know if all of them are going to come back. I think Hightower already said he was retiring. Cam's, you might as well just put me in there. Sorry, Cam, no offense. You might as well just put me in there. Hey, he looks done. He looks done. Running game has always been my committee. Nothing to talk about there. There's no weapons, right? Jacoby Myers, the guy we drafted 2 years ago. He just looks terrible. I forget his name, because who cares? He's not even good. Tight end, I don't even know. I'd rather have Ben Watson back there again. All right. Ben Watson's better than what we have now, when we had him. Right? We don't have Gronk. We already know what happened with Aaron Hernandez. Man. It's bad. There's just no talent anywhere on that offensive side of the ball. Steelers finally won a game. Who did they beat again? I forget. The Colts. They beat the Colts, right? I had the Colts winning that game. Rivers, threw a pick and he fumbled, right? That fumble led to a score because they recovered it like inside the 5. Right? Because they got away from the run. I don't understand. You got one of the best running backs over the last few weeks in Jonathan Taylor, and then you just stop running the ball. Give the ball right back to Pittsburgh. So the Colts threw that game away, in my opinion. The Colts should have won that game. Tennessee, we already spoke about it, got annihilated against Green Bay in the snow. That was terrible. They just couldn't get anything going in the first half. Made it respectable in the second half, and then Aaron Rodgers was like, "Here, Adams, there's more fantasy points for you." Miami. Hold on, I got this clip ready to go. So when he threw the pass, I didn't see. You can see it like this as he's throwing it. I didn't see that at first. All I see is that he's wide open, and I'm just like, bro, how? Why is he so open? You just beat the Jets because of the same reason. Like, what are you doing?
Collins is in bounds at the 41.
Mind you, I became a believer and a fan of Fitzmagic when he was in Tampa. Right? When he was just slinging it in Tampa, right? The first few weeks when they beat the Saints, lost by 1 possession to the next team, and I think they upset another team. I forget. But they were entertaining. Fitzmagic is entertaining. Now, when he's Fitzception, it's hilarious. But he's entertaining the last, few years.
It's a 34-yard gain, and there's a flag down. Likely.
And there's no way that's not holding. Like, look at him. Like, that has to be holding. But they don't see that. All they see is, I don't know how. It's fine that they did not see this because, dropping out of bounds is smart.
See if Fitzpatrick can pull the trick out. He got hit as he lost it.
Because, shit. Let's get away from Twitter. Low-key, I wanted the Dolphins to win. I'd rather see Fitzmagic over 2 in the playoffs. That's just me. Right? I've been a fan of Fitzmagic. This season, last season, when he was in Tampa. I've been a fan of Fitzmagic. That was ridiculous. Probably play of the year. Right? Especially if the Dolphins beat the Bills next week. Has to be play of the year. At least up there. You guys tell me what else y'all think should be play of the year. I think that's it. That was ridiculous. Granted, he saw him, then the face mask. But, to continue with the motion, and you're still accurate as you're getting pulled, and you're still with the motion. No, I'm sorry. Ravens beat the Giants as they should have. Right? Was it? How bad was it? Giants. Okay. I was expecting it for it to be worse. Passing leader, 183. I'm going to say this now. If Lamar is going to take the next step, because I don't have him as an elite quarterback. I'm sorry. I don't have a run-first quarterback as an elite quarterback. I don't. That's just me. He needs to have this. I'm tired of these. I run for 100 and I throw for 150. It wins for now, right? But that's why they struggled earlier in the season. Because they played off of that. Sure, maybe he doesn't have, the threats down the field other than, Mark Andrews. But you're being run first and second and then pass third. It's just, especially in the playoffs, he might struggle. He might not win a game in the playoffs. But they beat the Giants as they should have. Giants weren't that good, to be honest. Which has them here, right? Because I didn't have the Colts losing, so it put the Ravens here. Biggest surprise for me, because obviously I had them still down here. Browns, COVID mania, removed 3 of their starting linemen and their entire receiving core. For me, what it was for me, this honestly was really upsetting to me. when you watch the stat line, because I watched part of the game because I was watching the other game. That was on TV at the time, bro. Yes, I know you don't have the time, you don't have the protection, you don't got the run blocking, right? But if your best weapons are running backs, 15 rushes, 8 completions. So that is 23 touches from your 2 running backs when you have no receivers. So your game plan going into the Jets game was like, we're just going to lose. Sure, Hooper did pretty good, 7 for 71. But this needed to be like 10 more, 10 more, 10 more, 10 more. The game plan was our running backs are touching the ball 40 times. It can go 20-20. But they needed 40 plus touches if you had any chance of winning this game. Because even, like, I know the Jets are better than a 2-13 team. They've played, even if you can go down their whole season and you can see, oh, okay, they're good enough to at least be a 5-6 win team. I've went over this already. They should have beaten the Patriots, right? It's like it was like they were in tank mode. They should have beaten the Patriots. They outplayed them for 3.5 quarters. They should have beaten the Bills the first time they played. They were up 10-0 going into halftime, and they just didn't want to play after that. They should have beaten the Raiders, but their defensive coordinator is an idiot. Like, people just looked at the Jets and say, "Oh, they were 0-13. They're trash. It's a free win." And now this is what happens when you don't game plan properly. Sure, any team could beat any team, but there's just no way you're this good, 10-4. Sure, you didn't have your receivers and your linemen, but you still have enough talent on your team to beat a team with no talent. Sure, Crowder's good, Berrios is decent, Frank Gore, who's like 1,000,000 years old, can still play, but there's no way you lose to the Jets with Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, and Austin Hooper. And your game plan is we're just going to throw the ball 53 times. Whoever's game plan this was, it's his fault. I'm not putting this on Baker because he had no weapons, right? You know, he threw it to who he had. But it's like, okay, maybe you can blame him. He fumbled 3 times. He lost 2. Sure, you can put that. Give him half the blame, right? But the other half has to go to the coaches. This was a terrible game plan. That pissed me off. And then the Colts. We already know they lost to the Steelers. Going away from the running game again. Them too. I feel like teams find ways to lose more often than like a team outplays them. Right? I don't feel like the Steelers outplayed them. I just feel like the Steelers beat themselves because they went away from the run game. Like, you have what you need to win. Like, it wasn't hard to figure it out. Yo, let's just give it to our superstar running back that we drafted. Let's use him. Let me go back and see. Let's take a look at the box score of this game. 18. I don't know if people are saying running backs won't last long anymore, but those are running backs that were getting 30 carries a game. You can still go 22 touches, right? 22 carries a game. 18? I don't know how much of that was in the first half. And 2 touchdowns. I don't know, I think even Hines, 8 for 44. It's pretty good numbers. Brissett, though. I feel like these are pretty good numbers. Look at the Steelers. 5 carries, 20 yards. I mean, I know Connor's not as good as Taylor, at least this year. But it's like, yeah, they were giving the ball back to you. Because they were just 49 throws. Rivers, you're old. Why are you throwing the ball 35 times? Alright. Anyway, let's go over the matchups for Week 17 for the AFC. Alright. Like I said, the Chiefs are going to rest their starters. I see the Chargers winning this. Right? So it doesn't matter. They're still going to stay the first seed. The Bills are playing for seeding. I heard... Who's playing for Pittsburgh? It's not Big Ben. It's Rudolph, Mason Rudolph. So, and I think the Browns get all their players back. So if that's the case, the Browns win, and they're in. Titans, Jaguars. Oh no, Colts, Jaguars. Okay, the Jaguars already locked up the first seed. I don't see them. They're just not as talented to beat the Colts. So I have the Jaguars beating the Colts here. I mean, no, the other way around. I have the Colts beating the Jaguars. I don't know how I mixed that up. Colts beating the Jaguars. Titans, I think they're playing the Texans, right? Yeah. With a speech the way J.J. Watt just gave, I can see Houston playing spoiler. I can see it. I want to upset alert. Upset alert. Houston over Tennessee. Upset alert. Oh, is Tennessee the team that doesn't even make it in? With a running back like Derrick Henry, are they the team that they're the team that doesn't get in? Right? Who are the Ravens playing? Ravens are playing. Yeah, the 1 o'clock games for the AFC are so spicy. They're so spicy, these 3 games. And then this one too for the division. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. Miami beats Buffalo. Baltimore beats Cincinnati. Cleveland beats Pittsburgh. Right? Yeah, because they're locked up 2-3. 2-3. So I think it stays this way. Both these teams lose. Yeah. Titans the team that don't get in. You heard it here. You heard it from me. That is my. I like to throw out a possible upset every week if I can. This is my upset of the week. Houston over Tennessee. And Houston is still semi-talented. Sure, they don't have D-Hop, injuries here and there, but they're so talented to beat the good teams because they have the talent. They have some talent on both sides of the ball. So there you go. That's my upset of the week. Houston over Tennessee is the upset. They're the team that don't get in this little stuff that's going on here. So what changes? That the Colts move up, Titans move down, and everybody else stays the same. Miami, Baltimore, Cleveland, which sets up Buffalo versus Cleveland, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh, Miami versus the Colts. It'd be hilarious if just everybody loses. That'd be hilarious, but that's what I have happening right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Tweet at me too if you want. And I will see you guys the end of the weekend. Or Monday. Right? There's no football Monday, so I would definitely have this done Monday. Right? There's no game Sunday night. There is. So yeah, probably Monday. I'll have the video out for what happens on Sunday, because there's no game Monday. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Like and sub if you guys enjoy me ranting and talking about what I think is going to happen and me being wrong every week. Let me know. Peace.